What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Woodward Sports Network here on a Tuesday. My name is Neal Ruhl. Happy to have you with us on the Midday Show. And we have some news about that Midday Show coming up a little bit later on in the show. He is Joique Bell, longtime NFLer. Pretty much done everything you can do in the game of football. Happy to have him today, too. He is back from vacay. I'm back from vacay. Joique, we're putting it back together, man. You're rested. You're ready. Let's get it popping.
Rested, yes. Ready, yes.
No, but Joique, I did want to start right there because you and I did a couple shows, about a week and a half or so ago. I was going out on vacay with my family. You were taking some vacay time as well. Mm-hmm. Where on earth have you been, man? You lay low. When you're on vacay, bro, you're on vacay.
You know what? I didn't go anywhere. I was right here.
Chilling.
I was right here in Detroit. Was going back home to take care of some business. I actually got back about 2 in the morning last night from there, and and was prepping for the show till about 4, and got a quick nap, and came in.
Came in ready to get it going. No question about it. Got a big time show lined up for you guys today, and look, the excitement level is palpable. Pistons Summer League, Cade Cunningham going up against the Rockets, Jalen Green 1v2, and Joique, I do want to get your thoughts on that in just a couple of seconds, but we got a ton of other stuff to get to as well. The Lions made a move in personnel. Nikel Robbie Coleman now in the fold at the cornerback position, which I'm going to ask you in a little bit about how that works. A player of his caliber, I mean, is he a perennial All-Pro? No, but there's a very solid resume with this guy. And I'm curious to know how a guy like that is available, right? The Lions are in kind of a bind. They go out into the free agent market. They come back with this, which I think is a very good get, given the situation and everything that they were facing. We'll talk some Detroit Lions as well. What are you most excited about? Big-time show. Big-time show. So, no, Joique, but without any further ado, like I said, we're rested, we're ready to go. But tonight, I think that you've seen this, Joique. The headlines around the sports world. NBA Summer League tonight. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, 1v2. Pistons fans are fired up. I'm fired up to watch. Yeah. You excited? You ready to roll?
I am ready to roll. And we're into it now. And so right now, I mean, it's just the first Summer League game, right? But Jalen came out a little bit hotter than Cade Cunningham, coming up trying to make a statement. But it's like I said, it's only the Summer League, right? And so we'll see how.
Come on, Joique, don't bring me down, bro.
I'm not bringing you. I'm not gonna bring you down. It's only it's Summer League, and they're getting used to their teammates. And Jalen came out on fire. I mean, I much respect. In my opinion, Jalen is going to be more of an explosive and player and scorer, and then Cade Cunningham is going to be more of an orchestrator. But he has that kill switch too when he needs it, and so I think Cade Cunningham is what we need. So I think the pick is good, but like I said, it's still early. Shot 5 for 17. I think 3 for 7 from 3, or 2 from 7 from 3. So he was getting acclimated. Taking some time.
And look, you're right. You're not wrong. Yeah. But I do get why everybody's excited. I'm catching myself. Like, I'm buzzing about this thing for some reason. And I can't understand why. Have you ever been I'm inordinately excited to watch this. And I don't know, but I think here's where the crossover is with you being an NFLer. When you came on the scene, and the NBA has done this right with the Summer League. These cats get drafted, and they're playing Summer League games like a week later. I mean, they are doing that right. You strike while the iron's hot, while the buzz is still high. What about you? Take us through that first preseason game. Like when you showed up on the scene. I mean,
year? Which year?
Yeah, I mean, your very first preseason game that you ever played.
All right, so it was weird. So my very first preseason, I ended up going to Buffalo.
Right.
When I got to Buffalo, people didn't understand why I went to Buffalo because they were stacked at running back. They had Fred Jackson, Marshawn Lynch, C.J. Spiller. And everyone hears you're not going to play. And so in my head, I just looked at it as an opportunity. I just need to get the opportunity to get on the field.
Right.
Control what you can control. And so you go in there, Fred Jackson, Marshawn Lynch, I think they get hurt in the first quarter, first series or something like that. And now it's just C.J. Spiller, me, and Chad Simpson. And so I went from not getting any playing time to playing the whole preseason and leading the team in rushing, and just took advantage of that opportunity. And everything happens for a reason. And so for me, I just wanted to go out there and do well because I love playing the game. I was a rookie. I didn't know nothing. I was just just out there just playing ball.
But there is that to it, though, Joique. I mean, when you come out, you don't really know. I mean, you know.
Yeah, you know.
But you don't know.
You don't know. Right?
Because these cats are out there. I mean, you're playing professional football now. You're playing for money. Let's be real.
Right, and that's where it comes in, because the things that I had to learn when I got to the NFL, I never learned in college. Right, you know. I didn't have to learn in college. They made it easy for you. But when you get into the NFL, I didn't have to know what every offensive lineman was doing on every run play. I had to learn that. I had to learn the concepts. I had to learn the pass concepts. I had to learn blocking. I had to learn. These are all the things I had to learn.
Right.
And so when you get into the NBA, I'm pretty sure it's something similar.
And that's exactly why I wanted to bring it up, because I wanted to provide some context to that, because Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, a little bit different, playing in the G League, which is more of a professional style where you're playing against people that are trying to not go get a regular job. I mean, like they're trying to stay in the NBA. For these guys, it's the same. Cade Cunningham defending a screen and roll. It's one thing to do it in practice with fellow rookies and stuff like that, just like I'm sure for you it was, all right, we're going to run a power off tackle. That's one thing to do it in practice.
Yeah.
But when you're playing for money, it's different.
It is different. It's totally different. So when you get out there during a game time or a game day during preseason and you're getting your feet wet, it can be a bit overwhelming, right?
Sure.
But after that first play and that first hit, it's go time. It's go time. You just need that first hit.
Right.
All right. And so for me, my first preseason game, when I got my first touchdown, I said, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. You know, I'm meant to be in this league. And so it's more so just working on your confidence, and that's kind of what the preseason is going to do for you. It's going to work on your confidence, and after about 2 or 3 minutes into the game, you're ready.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, with Cade Cunningham, what we saw in that first game, the first quarter he had a lot of success, knocked down a couple of threes. Pistons had a big lead, things were rolling. And then, as you see in the pros, people make adjustments. Yeah. Coaching staffs make adjustments. They're paid too. They drive nice cars too. The coaches. Yeah. I mean, you know that. They get big checks too. Adjustments were made, and I think, look, and Jalen Green got all the headlines because he came out and he balled out and he scored.
Yeah, shot 50%.
Yeah, and you see, what he was able to do. And I get why there was a certain level of excitement. I'm not going to judge people's career off of one summer league game. I'm not going to judge people's career off of all of summer league games. Yeah. I mean, this story is unfolding, and it will be told, and it will take a year, 2 seasons, maybe into 3 seasons before we know. But with all that being said, I can't get past how good the NBA, in my mind, Joique, the NBA has caught up to some degree to the NFL, in that they make the offseason. This is NBA Summer League. These are rookies. A lot of these guys are never going to play in the NBA. I would say more than half of the dudes playing in the Summer League are not going to play in the NBA. Just based on the rosters that you have and camp invitees.
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game.
And
it's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game, and there's only so many spots. But I'm captivated by it, and I almost feel bad that I'm so into it, man. Am I wrong?
No, and this is for a lot of fans who can go out here and watch Summer League and feel bad. No, it's part of the business, right?
Right.
It's part of the business, and you have guys who work their whole life to get to a certain point, right? And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But at the end of the day, that's part of the business. It's sad. I play with a lot of guys who were good who didn't get a shot, right? But it doesn't mean that they can't go play somewhere else and keep working towards reaching their goal. And so it's part of the business, and it's sad to see, but, it happens.
Yeah, and that is the way that it's going to go. This is an opportunity for these guys. But it's just, again, the eyes of the NBA are going to be on this game tonight.
It is. It's not just the NBA. It's everyone's watching.
The common sports fan, the Joe fan in Detroit, the me's of the world. They're going to be watching.
Right. Jalen has something to prove, and he has a chip on his shoulder. And then, Cade Cunningham, he has something to prove tonight. I should have been number one. And so it's an opportunity for him to come out and take what he did last game and kind of put it towards this game. And like you said, teams go out there and make adjustments. And when you have good players, I give you one player who just went to the Hall of Fame, Peyton Manning. I know when defensive coordinators, when they used to play against Peyton Manning, they would have one game plan for the first half and then another game plan for him for the second half. So they would never go back out with the same game plan because they know that Peyton will eat them alive.
Right.
And so with Cade, he's just going to have to get adjusted to the NBA because when they make those adjustments, you're going to have to be able to maneuver around it.
Which always amazes me about the pro game. I mean, you just heard Joique talk about it. When you have Peyton Manning, there's already a pre-adjustment that you walk into for the second half in anticipation of his adjustment.
Yeah.
Which is incredible to me. I mean, but that's the way it goes, man. At that high a level, that's the way it's set up, dude.
It is. Sure.
Yeah, there's no question about it. But I can't wait. I can't wait for that tonight. I'm going to be locked in. Joique will be locked in. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be locked in. Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app. Jump on the Facebook Live. Give us your comments as well. We love to interact with you guys. And I know you're excited, man. I'm excited. Everybody's excited. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Jalen Green's doing a nice job.
So who you got your money on tonight?
What's that?
Who you have your money on
tonight?
I mean, based off what you saw, who do you have your money on tonight?
Based on what I saw, I will go with the Pistons winning this game because Jalen Green, the way he's set up to score right now, that's mission number one for the Rockets. To establish him in that role. He's a scorer. He's going to go fill it. I don't know the distributorship, and you have Saddiq Bey. I think the Pistons have a little more well-rounded NBA roster, so that's really it. Yeah. Neal Ruhl here for MyBookie. In the world of sports, the offseason is a time to relax and regroup after a hard-fought season. But playing with MyBookie gives you the choice to decide when your season begins and ends. At MyBookie.ag, you can bet on hundreds of games from leagues around the world. Whether it's a game day parlay or a long shot winner, MyBookie's got you covered. Use pregame props or bet the game live to shift the odds in your favor and always come out on top. And not only does MyBookie host exclusive sports betting contests you won't find with any other book, but the bonuses are insane. If you sign up today with MyBookie, use our promo code Woodward. You'll receive up to $1,000 in bonus money when you make your first deposit. That's $1,000 in extra cash when you make your first deposit with MyBookie, but you can only get it if you use the promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America, Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Right back. So, real quick, right back with the midday sports show. So before we got into our topic last segment, we talked about what I did for my vacation. I was here in Detroit. Didn't do too much. Kicked it with friends. Did a little Top Golf. Linked up with some friends. Went back home, handled business. What did you do?
Oh yeah, I went on the vacay with the fam. We went down to Louisville. Went down to Nashville, rented a boat, spent some time on the lake, went to a bourbon distillery, went down to the Buffalo Trace distillery. I'm a big bourbon dude.
Oh, you took the kids with you?
Yeah, we took them through there. They gave them some root beer and stuff like that.
Some root beer?
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Okay. Went in the tasting room. They got to taste a couple of different kinds of root beer. They're pros down there. Had a blast, man. We did. It was a lot of fun, and how it is like in this life. So I broadcast college basketball, and you spend half your season on the road. I mean, for us, more than half the season, because we have to go on the road, get bye games, play UCLA and North Carolina and Kansas and all those teams. So we travel a lot. I don't get the opportunity to do that with the fam. Where it's 7 days, there's no work, there's no podcast, there's none of that stuff. Like, we shut it off, and I get to do the dad thing, and we jump off the end of the boat into the lake and do the cannonballs.
So question, is this like a yearly thing, just like a family tradition?
Yeah.
You always do Louisville. Because my dad lives in Louisville.
Yeah, well, my son is big into state capitals. He likes geography a lot. So one day when he was like 5, he's like, I want to go to all the state capitals. And I kind of laughed. And now we've been to 16 of them, man. So that's kind of our thing. So we did like a northeastern swing. We did a Midwest swing through like Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and all that stuff. Now we did the Louisville, Nashville. We'll probably go down south next year, do like the Atlanta, Tallahassee, Birmingham, Alabama, Georgia corridor. So yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. Got everybody in the house here today as well. Fish is in the bowl. Kennedy is here. Art, my guy. I blew Art's mind yesterday when I dropped a T Grizzly reset. So we're still getting to know each other and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
I was thoroughly impressed that someone as Caucasian as you are that would know T Grizzly. I'm just being honest. Like, I love you, Neal, but you have the announcer voice. You're dressed up. I would have never guessed that you know about the experience of the first day out.
I do, because a lot of people are preying on my downfall.
Jesus.
But I'm gonna stand tall.
You are gonna stand tall.
That's just the way it's gonna go. But did want to get into this, and those of you, in the streaming television.
We're not gonna skip over that like we just did witness that right here on the midday sports talk show.
T Grizzly's my guy.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It's on the workout. I told Art yesterday. It's on the workout track, man. I mean, you get between miles 2 and 3 in that run, or 3 and 4.
Yeah.
You got to have something that hits a little different.
Hit a little different.
Yeah.
It hit different.
It does, man.
Okay, all right. Okay. That's my stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joique, again, we have some big announcements about the show coming up later on here in the show. So make sure you stick around with that, Joique. We're gonna get to know each other a little bit, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited.
I am too. You know what else I'm excited about?
Invite you over some Beyond Burgers.
I'm about that life.
You about that life?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna invite you over some Beyond
haven't
Burgers.
had more than 30 grams of sugar in a day in 6 years, man. So, let's go, bro.
All right. All right.
Let's
so
go.
they include carbs too? Like
No, my wife's family's all from Italy.
Yeah.
So, when we go over there to eat,
yeah.
there's nothing you can do. You can't escape the pasta.
Okay.
You can't escape. And if you don't eat it, the 100% Italian family, if you don't eat it, then there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you like my food?
Yeah.
So, I don't concern myself with the carbs. It's more the sugar.
Okay.
I'm mindful of them. I'm mindful. I don't, quote unquote, boycott them.
Yeah. Okay. You don't indulge in them, but you're not against it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. You
right.
see where I'm coming from there? See where I'm coming from there?
All right.
But big news around the streaming television world, certainly for Detroit fans, and we were talking about the NBA Summer League and Cade Cunningham against Jalen Green. Netflix, the Malice at the Palace documentary drops today, and speaking of big moments in the NBA, this is probably one of the bigger moments that didn't involve a performance or somebody winning a championship or anything like that. But, I mean, we're running the trailer for it right now, and that it brings back so many memories. That night, Joique, do you remember that night? What were you doing that night? How did you hear about it?
I watched it.
You were watching the game?
I was watching it. And what was that? Was this like 04, 05? What year was this? The Malice in the Palace.
Yeah, this was 04, I want to say, right?
04? Yeah. I was a senior. I was a senior in high school, I believe. Yep. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
I was a senior in high school when that game happened. And I felt, you know what? Because I was young, I felt proud to be from Michigan. Like, we're not gonna take no junk.
Yeah, we're gonna square up.
Yeah, we're gonna square up. Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna, it's not Florida, but we're gonna stand our ground now. Yeah.
No, but I do remember that too. I was actually an intern for the Detroit Free Press at the time, and believe it or not, I was covering boxing that night, which I think fits pretty well. Cornelius Brundage was fighting, and I was there covering the fight for the Free Press, and that happened to work out pretty well, because it got me ready to to see what I witnessed with the Pacers and the Pistons. I thought that was another one of those galvanizing moments. When you go back to the Bad Boys Pistons team, you look at what happened in that game against the Boston Celtics when Larry Bird had the steal and the Pistons had it, and then all of a sudden they lost, and that became a galvanizing moment. That against the Pacers was a very galvanizing moment too, in my opinion, because you look at it from the standpoint of, like you said, you're not stealing on us, man. Like, I don't care what the game situation is or anything like that.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what this documentary is going to have, because I can't remember how the whole thing started, right? Because I'm pretty sure it was kind of chippy throughout the entire game, a little chippy.
It was always chippy when they played. It was always low scoring, and look, Ben Wallace had enough.
Yeah. But that's what we see, but I'm pretty sure it started before that. Like, chippy the whole game. Might have been, like, for instance, where Matt Barnes and Kobe were getting into it that one game. I think he was with I think Matt Barnes was with Sacramento, Kobe was with LA, and it was chippy the whole game. So it was little subtle things that Kobe was doing to Matt Barnes throughout the game that kind of got him heated up. I got him fired up throughout the before he did the ball thing to his face. So I want to know what really transpired before that play, because if that happened right there, that's not going to cause Ben Wallace. It had to be something before.
Well, you've been in those battles before. Where Pistons were losing by 15. It was brewing for a long time. Probably 5 things happened in 5 different games before when they played each other, and it just comes to a head.
Yeah, and just that's the type of stuff that I like to see. I love to see that type of stuff. I love to see us with that fiery mentality, that guerrilla. I love it.
We really should be saying fuck this documentary, though, because we've got people in the chat saying that they watched it. Only Ben Wallace was in it, the only player for the Pistons during that whole thing. And on top of that, they made the Pacers play victim. So fuck the documentary.
Well, the thing about that was
Rasheed Wallace was in there too, wasn't he?
Oh, because it came out today. I haven't watched it yet. I was going to watch it when I got home.
It came out at 3 a.m. So, but regardless, from every review that I've heard, it's just the Pacers playing victim. So fuck that documentary.
Well, here's the thing. Jermaine O'Neal's production company is the one that made this.
Yeah.
So you knew that there was going to be that type of slant to it, and that's what I'm seeing too on Facebook Live. Ryan Ogden said that I just got done watching the whole documentary. It was the Pacers playing victim, not taking any of the blame. Only had Ben Wallace in it, and. I figured that was going to be the case. Jermaine O'Neal's production company is the one doing it. They didn't have any, like Tom Wilson of the Pistons. Like, I'm curious how it shaped both organizations. Kind of, another degree of what you're talking about. How did that impact the Pistons going forward from an organization? And they didn't have all that. So I expected
Jermaine
that.
O'Neal production company produced this.
Correct.
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching.
Well, Joe, I'm not trying I'm not trying to cloud anybody's judgment. You do you. I'm going to watch it just because.
Man, who has a production company? Does Rip have a production company? Rip doing a lot of stuff.
Hit him, text him up.
Yeah,
man.
I gotta reach out to somebody. We got to get our side out.
Tell Rip or Sheet or something.
I'm gonna go watch it because I do want to see what it's about. Yeah. And then we'll go from there. But seriously. No, we're not the victims.
Right. I mean, the only victim the Pacers were was when Tayshaun, swatted Reggie Miller, and the Pistons went on to win championships, and the Pacers just did what the Pacers always do, and that's good, but not good enough.
Not good. Yeah. That game was really hot cold. And speaking of hot cold, have I told you about Northwestern Tech? Kennedy.
Why you laughing? That's a great segue.
I'm laughing at Kennedy because every time I do a segue, Kennedy, we make eye contact. And Art makes eye contact over here whenever it's a good segue, but he never looks at me because he doesn't want to give me any credit. But Northwestern Tech started a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and the cooling industry. To learn more today, go to northwesterntech.edu. Stay tuned to Joique Bell, Neal Ruhl, and this is Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
I'm looking. Who is that? Canuck. Is that Canuck Duke? Apparently, Pistons material was left on the cutting room floor. Yeah.
Probably so.
Jermaine
O'Neal's production company, man. What do you expect? Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell back with you here on Woodward Sports. Get interactive with us. The Facebook Live, the YouTube. Make sure you download the app as well. Very easy. Download that app, push play. You can go back, catch episodes you missed. Anything you want to go back and listen to, you certainly can. So get involved with the show. We're doing it here all the time, the Midday Show, 11 to 1. Lots of news coming up about the Midday Show a little bit later on the show, so stick around for that. The Lions made some headlines. They went out into the free agency market. They added a cornerback, Nickel Robbie Coleman, now in the fold, played his college football at USC, very big-time player at USC. Had a great college career, spent some time with the Rams, spent some time with Buffalo as well. And, Joique, when you look at it, the Lions roster in totality, this move is not a shocker. And certainly at the cornerback spot. And look, we know that Okuda's going to get all the eyeballs. Okuda's going to get all the headlines. But low key, I like this move. Low key, he's a solid NFL player. He's made some money in the league. He's 29 years old. He's been around. He gets it.
He gets it.
It's solid. That's a solid signing to me, especially when you're up against it.
Yeah, this is what this does for this organization. It gives someone that Jeff can have someone to talk to in that locker room. A guy that's going on his 9th year. A guy that has that. Now he's coming in. Jeff has what Slay had and Rasheed Mathis. So a guy that he can go to, say, listen, when this happened, what should I do? All right, when this happened, what should I look for? When this happens, should I go drop into this coverage? Should I take this guy inside? And this is what he needs, a guy that he respects. Because when you're going to have a lot of guys on your team, and you can look at that resume, that body of work, and say, you know what, I'm going to take advice from this guy, or I'm not going to take advice from this guy. And so this is what he needs. And I remember when we were talking about this on the show before you got here, that he didn't have that in the locker room. He didn't have a coach that he can talk to that he respected as much as the one that he has now. All right, he didn't have any veterans in the room that he can go to and talk to the same way that Slay had in the locker room. And so I'm looking to see what he would be doing this year. I'm talking about Jeff. I'm really interested in seeing that. And so bringing him, this is a great signing. It's a great signing. They need leadership in that quarterback room. They need it.
And Joique, that is like a tangible thing, right? The whole veteran young guy phenomenon. That is something guys are signed in the NFL strictly for that, right? I mean, that's something people talk a lot about it, and sometimes things get overvalued.
Players coach.
Yeah, players coach. Chemistry, I think, gets overvalued. Show me a team that's winning, I'll show you good chemistry. Show me a team that's losing. Yeah. There's not good chemistry. But this is tangible. This is real, isn't it?
It is. So it's funny. We talk about teams that have fun, who respect their coach, and teams that are building winning cultures. So I've talked to teams, players who play for, say, the Rams. You can say the Rams. I had teammates who played for the Rams. I had former teammates who went to go play for Seattle, and they would talk about the culture in these two places. And Pete Carroll was one of the coaches who he's a player's coach, and so players love playing for him because he can relate. He makes the environment there healthy. He makes it competitive.
He made that big play right there that got the Rams into a Super Bowl.
You know what?
They're showing the Saints play right there.
Yeah, controversy, a little controversy. Hey, no flag, no foul.
That's what I'm saying. They went to the Super Bowl. The Saints didn't.
Yeah.
So that's how I know it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
Because they ended up in the Super Bowl. No, but that is real though. I mean, there is a degree that's expected of him. He expects that of himself, does he not? To contribute, right? Like I would guess that Robbie Coleman will take Jeff Okuda's success personally. Like he feels like he, to some degree, I'm not saying like it's going to define his career, but he's there to help.
He's going to be there to help, especially in this time and age in his career. He has to bring something more to the table than just his athletic ability. He has to bring something to the locker room. And I'm pretty sure it's something that they found in him, because right now, when I talk with Brad Holmes, he's looking for value anywhere on the team.
Right.
He's looking for value. And so he's going to bring value on the field, but also he's going to bring it in the locker room. He's going to bring it in with his knowledge. I remember when I left Detroit and I went to the Bears, and we're in the meeting room, we're watching film. And this is kind of where playing on a lot of different teams and being in a lot of different offenses can kind of help you. And we're sitting down, and the coach is talking, and we're watching film. And as we're watching film, I see something on the film that I say, you know what, on this play, I think any play like this, we should, do this. I'm not going to say what it was, because it's like a little hidden gem. It's a little hidden gem. I said, well, we should do this on this play. And he said, why would we do that? And then I explained to him why we would do it. He said, you know what, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Let me run it by the coaches. And he did. But we had young quarterbacks, because I think our starting quarterback was down. I think Jay Cutler was down. And so we didn't want to do it, because we didn't want to put more on the QB's plate than what they already had. But that was something that they looked into doing in the future. And so it's things like that he'll be able to bring to the table that you say, wow, okay, well, let's take a look at it. So.
And I haven't seen the numbers as of yet, as far as the salary goes or everything. I took a look before we went on there. I don't know that it had been reported as of yet. I'll be on the lookout for that stuff. But, yeah. I mean, Joique, when dudes get signed a week into the preseason or whatever, when guys get signed around this time, they've assessed, Joique. I mean, you got to make a business decision at some point to say, hey, do I want to be in here? Do I not want to be in here? It tends to make sense for both parties at this point, doesn't it? The player and the organization, money-wise.
Yeah, money-wise. So when they usually come in around this time, it's usually a 1 or 2 year deal, not too long-term, because at this point in your career, you're kind of betting on yourself.
Right.
You look at a lot of the players who, from Darrell Reeves to like Ndamukong Suh, they're going to go sign that 1 2 year deal when they get in those later years because, they probably get more money. They bet on themselves. And so I guess we'll see what numbers he has, hopefully sometime within the next couple of days, if not tonight. So let's see. But, Brett Holmes is a smart guy. He's a smart guy. He's made a lot of chess moves that a lot of people aren't paying attention to or they don't see. It just looked like he's just picking up guys, but he's not just picking up guys.
And that's a good segue, Joique, because I wanted to ask you about that, where with what you've seen from Brad Holmes so far, and this is something that when you and I did shows a couple weeks ago, when I did shows with Terry Foster yesterday, this is something that I've talked about when I was sitting watching the draft, having some drinks with my buddies and all that stuff. There is an organizational shift as far as the mission goes. Brad Holmes has come in and changed this dynamic to me, where draft capital is valued, where smart contracts are valued, where things have to make business sense for the Lions to do. You've talked to him to some degree. Do you notice that? And more than that, even just from when you were here before to now, do you notice that there's a shift as far as the organizational focus goes, and more importantly, what they value?
Well, from when I played to where it is right now at this point in time, wasn't the case back when I played. They didn't get those picks for grooming these minority coaches, these minority GMs, and now that we're able to get picks for these guys when they become a head coach or a head GM on another team. Now you see teams are starting to groom more minority players. And so you look at our coaching staff, we have a lot of minority coaches on our coaching staff that are big names that one day might be a head coach somewhere. And with every one of those coaches that we have on roster or on the coaching staff, those are 2 to 3 third-round draft picks in the following draft year. And so you look at our roster, we have a lot of big-name coaches on our roster that has the potential to either was a head coach who wants to be a head coach again, or assistant coaches who want to be a head coach someday, even to our assistant GM. And so these are the type of moves he's making to help build this team, because right now we all know that his expertise is evaluating college talent. His belief is to build a team. In order to build a team, you have to build it through the draft. And the more picks we have, the more he can, showcase his talent.
And that's something that he values. In the multiple first, I loved the Stafford trade. Loved it.
It was great. It was a great trade because of what we were able to get for him, but not only that, but what we did with those picks once we got it. And so I'm excited to see what he does next year, because if I graded his draft year this year A. So, actually an A minus, and it would be an A depending on what I see out of this new running back we have. But other than that, I mean, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. And so next year, I'm excited to see what he does with that.
Yeah, and there's tons of chips for the poker game. There's tons of chips in play right now for Brad Holmes, and that's what I like about it. Just multiple first-round picks. I've heard people around town call them lottery tickets, I guess you would say. I don't necessarily want to call them lottery tickets, because in the hands of somebody who that's his game, that's what he does. They're more than lottery tickets. They're chips in the poker game. So, it is an exciting time going forward. I mean, as far as this season goes, though, Nickel Robbie Coleman, all right, a good pick. But again, Joique, I'm going to keep coming back to it. You and I are going to do lots of shows together. It's just the Jeff Okudah thing, man. He's not my, and we're going to get into what would you expect the most from coming up when we come back from the next break. But the Jeff Okudah thing, man, that's going to be big.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. But he definitely has the talent. It's just more so the guidance and the experience to be able to gain this. Because you remember, even with, with Slay, he was benched, 2 or 3 games in 2000. When he came out, it was 2013. He was benched a couple games, a few games. So, but eventually he got it together. And when I say got it together, I mean he was with Rasheem Mathis day in, day out. Even if it was in the locker room, away games, that's who he roomed. He didn't room with them, but he'll be in his room, be on the game, playing the game, just having that camaraderie, learning as much as he could. Because Rasheem, I mean, he played 12 years in the league. And so you have a guy like that can kind of give you this knowledge. I mean, look at him. Look how many Pro Bowls he's had.
Absolutely. We'll get into that a little bit more. Also going to look at this Lions units. What are you most excited about? We'll get into that coming up as well. This is a midday show here on Woodward Sports Network.
But before we do that, have I told you about Levels Grand Opening? Levels Provisioning Center Grand Opening and car giveaway. Live broadcast all day at opening event with Woodward Sports. We'll be there. Levels in Center Line, 23968 Sherwood Avenue, Center Line, Michigan. 48015, zip code. When is it? Friday, August 20th. It's coming up, so make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you're there. We'll be on site to help promote the grand opening and new delivery service. Go to enjoylevels.com for more information. Stay tuned with Sports.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back. Woodward Sports Network here on the Midday Show. Neal, Ruhl, Joique, Bell back with you. We have the whole squad here. Fish is in the bowl. Also Art in the booth as well. Kennedy's around. Also, so happy to have you all with us wherever you're consuming the show. Facebook Live, YouTube, however you're doing it, off the app. If you haven't downloaded the Woodward Sports app, go ahead and do that as well. But Joique, I did want to get into this discussion about the Detroit Lions. And look, we just talked about some of the additions that this team has done. And here's where I'm curious to know. And you have a little bit different take, I'm sure, than I do, because I haven't heard anybody say this yet as far as where I'm going to go with it. Where do you see the Lions excelling the most this season? What unit, I guess you would say?
Offensive line. Offensive line. It's not even, I don't think it's close. And this has probably been the first time since I've been here in Detroit that the offensive line is going to be the strength of the entire team. Usually for me, when I played, it was always the defensive line. We had those dogs. But to me, that's not even what I'm most excited about this year. What I'm most excited about this upcoming year isn't the players, it's the culture that they're building within that locker room. With the coaches going out there on the field, the chirping back and forth amongst the coaches, the chirping back and forth amongst the players, the camaraderie with the coaches hopping into, the up downs with the players, them coming up with other things in the locker room that's fun, that kind of builds that team camaraderie. Because honestly, the closer you are in that locker room, the harder you're going to fight for your brother on the field. And so that's why it's so important. I remember back in the war days, they would put brothers, uncles, fathers, and sons in the same barrack, on the same unit, because they found that they would fight harder for one another. And so when they sit there and they build that camaraderie in that locker room and they go out there into the season, I had them win 4 games that I want them to win, with a possible 2 more. But if they keep building this, they might win more games just off the strength of them going out there and just wanting more for their brother than for other people. And no, Art.
Do him now. Listen to him now.
But just outside looking in at what we had on the roster, I'm still going to stick with my 4 and 13, or at the best for me this upcoming year is going to be about 6 and 11.
Ooh. Yeah, and Joique, look, you took the easy way out there with the offensive line, man. That's where the new shiny toy is.
It's easy.
It's easy. It's easy. You took the easy way out. That's fine. I get it, man. Good for you. Good for you. I left that
facts.
open, and you took the escape
facts.
route.
It's facts.
That's fine.
But is it facts or no? If you had to go place a bet on my bookie, who are you going to bet it on?
Right now, here's where I'm coming with it: the linebacking core, and I'm going at it from the other side because, and here's why. Hey, it damn well better be, Joique. It damn well better be because Trey Flowers makes all the money. Trey Flowers makes all the money, dude. You know that, and it's time to play like it. It is. I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear any of that stuff, man. Go be a pro. Go be a highly paid, get to the quarterback dude. Be a linebacking core that is a competent linebacking core in the National Football League. Because you know this, Joique. That linebacking core has been an Achilles heel of that defense. There hasn't been one playmaker. There hasn't been one dude that you go game plan for. There's been none of that with that linebacking core. And look,
I'm gonna tell you this. What makes a good? I'm gonna tell you why the linebacker core is gonna do better than what they did last year.
Because it has to. Number one.
It has to. But two, they just upgraded their defensive line. So when you upgrade that defensive line, it's gonna make your defensive backfield look that much better. And so that's where it has to start. The same way having a good offensive line is going to make a quarterback look better. It's going to make your running back look better. It's going to make your receivers look better because they're going to be the quarterback's going to have time to get them a good ball. And so, with that simple fact, the linebackers are they're going to have to be better because the defensive line is better.
Well, and they better again because I go back to the whole Trey Flowers and the contract thing, man. And look, Jelani Tavai for me this year, either produce or be gone. Like they used a high draft commodity in Jelani Tavai, and I haven't seen it yet. I just haven't. Show me the tape. You know, Joique, you're a big tape guy. Show me that there's no tape. None.
There's no body of work.
Yeah, exactly. Resume. The resume is not befitting a second round draft.
What they say, the eye in the sky don't lie. You ever heard that before?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, the eye in the sky don't lie. And they used to always tell us that when I play. It's funny how the eye in the sky don't lie, and if you're not producing during training camp, don't be afraid when you hear somebody walking down the hallway 3 a.m. with a pink slip.
Absolutely, the old knock at the door, bring your playbook.
No, man, don't knock on my door. You're not knocking on my door. You know.
Yeah. But that's where it is for me because they have to be. If this team's going to be any semblance of relevant, which. You know, you put your number in the sand. I'm right around there with you, the 6'7". I know Art and everybody else is on the 10-7 limo. You know, they're young though, they're impressionable. That's fine. I used to be that way too when I was younger. But this linebacking core, man, Trey Flowers is he's the dude, man. He's got the money. He's got the Pro Bowls, the swag, all of it. He's got the resume.
They said on 17. Who said we're gonna go on 17?
Puffed up.
You know what, though? If we go on 17, we'll be the first NFL team in history to go on 17.
That's right, yeah. It's a new opportunity.
Breaking records.
Yeah.
Breaking records in the first year.
Could you imagine we go 0-16 one year? And
are you going to uphold that bet, though?
What bet?
That if they go to the Super Bowl, that you have to run around here in the wintertime in some swim trunks?
To celebrate?
Yeah, I mean, outside, though.
Yeah.
In January.
In January, I'll do it.
In January, yeah.
But that's me celebrating. That means that if I do something in celebration, you have to do something in defeat. That's how it works. So you sit on it and think about it for a little bit. You know, maybe you let me stay at your house for one night and you leave. I get your theater room and I play COD all night. How's that sound? Super Bowl champs, right, Fish?
Yes, sir. Super Bowl coming to just don't Joique. Did you know we're going to be playing twice in L.A.?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I mean, we
just
had
saying
this
we're going to be playing
discussion
twice in L.A. I don't know if anyone knew that or not.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, though, moving on.
Because the schedule only goes so far. You know, if you scroll all the way down, you know how you hit that little dead end?
If
you go to the Lions schedule, it goes all the way down to the Super Bowl. And then you click in, it says LA, and you say, oh, same stadium is October 24th. Might as well book my tickets for both games.
What did your shirt say?
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Which, by the way, I did not plan for that, but...
Enjoy the ride. You're not making it that far. Enjoy the ride to the end of the season. Just relax.
10-7 wild card. Can we at least hope for that?
I mean, you can hope for whatever you want to hope for. You can hope for it. I can't tell you what you can't hope for.
Well, I'm not hoping for it. It's going to happen.
Okay. Hey, that's the thing about hoping. You hope it happens.
I always fall back to this, the whole Tony Dungy thing. And since we have Fish right here, what's your plan?
for Super Bowl?
Yeah, no. What's your path to 10-7 for the Lions? Because I keep hearing this from you guys. Give me the path. Because hope without a plan is a wish.
You're wishing.
All right.
Just say, hey, Fish, here, I'm giving you an out right now.
Okay.
Just say.
Don't go out.
I say, I hope that they make the playoff. You can say that. I'm not going to kill you for that.
No, Fish. They're going to the playoffs.
Say, I hope. Because otherwise, I want to hear the plan. I want to hear the path.
Yeah.
Give me the reasons. Like tangible reason, not just because they're going to do it. No.
Because if you want to, you can bring up the schedule on the screen right now, and Fish can take a look at it and go through like what he thinks. Like, are you pulling it up on your computer right now?
I'm telling you that they're going to win. All right, so
we don't need a game-by-game breakdown or anything like that. I'm talking about from a philosophical standpoint, from a personnel standpoint, from a scheme standpoint. What's the path for that, Fish? What's the path?
All right, Jared Goff, right? You guys are not too high on him, right?
No,
the first game of the season.
He's fine. He's fine.
Okay. Well, the first game.
You can win with Jared Goff.
Yeah.
He's played in the Super Bowl. You can win with Jared Goff.
Yeah.
You can, and he's going to show it in Detroit. He's going to throw for 300. Hawkinson, even though he's going to be double covered, all he has to do is throw.
He was in triple coverage the other day, and he got it done.
He was in triple coverage. You are correct.
Thank you.
All he has to do, he doesn't have to throw the ball 50 yards. He can throw the ball 10 yards as long as he has receivers open. Run, touchdown. Obviously, they have skills to juke.
The great philosophy.
And they have skills to spin move.
The skills to spin move?
Well, they're NFL players, so they know how to spin move. They know how to juke.
Oh, I'm murdering Neal right now.
They can play.
Let me
play good offense.
So the reason they're going to go 10-7 is because Goff is his thumb is completely healed. I don't know if you know that, but his thumb is okay. That was a big injury and it held him back for years. It wasn't just one season, for years.
And he can throw the ball and they can catch it and spin and get a touchdown.
And spin and get a touchdown.
Okay, fair.
The spin move.
That's solid logic.
No,
I'm out of here, man.
But I was saying that the wide receiver is going to do all the work. Jared Goff doesn't have to do all the work. The wide receiver could do all the work.
Oh, my.
So if Jared Goff can throw it 10 yards, all the wide receiver has to do is catch the ball. He can get 15 yards. That's the first down in my book. 10 yards is first down. American football, not Canadian.
Do you see what you've done now? Now I got to go back and get Joique. You created more work for me.
Let's check in with Joique real quick. Oh, wait, never mind.
Now I got to go talk to Joique and get him back. I think it's a good time for a break right now. When you agree,
Joique,
we got to recalibrate now. Fish is trying to drive things into the ground. I'm not having it. I'll cut to a break. I'll get Joique back, and we'll get in here. And I do want to pick Joique's brain about some news that came out of Miami. Speaking of college football and football and everything like that, De'Aaron King signed a name, image, and likeness deal with the Florida Panthers down in South Florida, and I love it. This is out of the box. I love it. I'm here for it. We'll discuss that next. This is the Midday Show right here on Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back here, Woodward Sports Network on the Midday Show. My name is Neal Ruhl. Joique Bell is somewhere in the building. He's somewhere in the building. He'll be back in just a couple of minutes. He had to leave after Fish started that nonsense of how the Lions were going to, quote, throw a pass, catch it, spin, and score a touchdown, and that's how they would get in the playoffs.
No, but my whole philosophy was the quarterback doesn't have to do all the work. You can give that to the wide receiver. They only have to go 10 yards. 10 yards is the first down. So if you do 10 of those.
It's not 11?
No, so if you do 10 of those,
feet.
That's a touchdown. 100 yards, 10 times 10 is 100. So simple maths.
Jesus, we get it. It's 10 yards. Ask him when he's going on vacation again. I'm already over it. I'm already over you, Joique.
but you know, that's it, though. I mean, that's all. For the people I've heard, the 10-7 limo and all that stuff, that's all I hear, though. I don't hear tangible things.
This is why I take week-long vacations.
Must be nice.
This is why I take week-long vacation. Come in here and listen to this for months at a time. I need a break. I got to get away.
Must be nice.
No, we got to get away.
No, but Joique, I want to pick your brain on this, and we've touched on this in the past before, just kind of in generalities. But one by one, these types of stories are coming out. And if you're a college football fan, you know who De'Aaron King is, the quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes. Very electric player. He's a lot of fun to watch. I'm a Hurricanes fan. That's kind of like my be college football team. I've liked them since back in the day when they used to stomp people out and all that. So I love that kind of stuff. But with all that being said, D'Eriq King has signed a name, image, and likeness deal with the Florida Panthers, the hockey team in South Florida. And for those of you that don't know a lot about South Florida, I would go down there a lot for work. I called some soccer games for ESPN. That's where the studios were. I would have to go down there a lot. So I kind of got the feel for the sports scene down there. And the Panthers kind of play out in the suburbs, you know, where the Marlins are downtown, the Dolphins are more downtown based. The Panthers kind of play out in the suburbs. And I don't want to say they're forgotten about because Miami's like here. I mean, when you win, people will go and they'll roll out and everything like that. More people will roll out and more people will go.
I'm going to tell you this. When I watch a Miami Dolphins game, like usually these big tourist cities, they have some good – they might have a few loyal fans. Like I would say the Lakers, they run L.A.
Yeah.
They run L.A. But – like for most other teams, like the major cities, no.
But I'm talking about like the people that live there. If they, because you have a lot of options in Miami, you have a lot of options in Los Angeles. You can go out for a run. You can go to the beach. I mean, there's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
To whereas up here in the winter, you're going to go to the game.
You're going to go to the right, and that's why I want to compare Miami fans to here. Even players who played in Miami and players who played here, when they were winning, they was like they won. It was like a club. It wasn't like that. But here, when you win, it's going to be packed out. Even when you're losing, it's going to be packed.
Yeah, but the moral of the story is, the Marlins, or the Panthers sometimes kind of struggle for attention in that market. Is the moral of my story. So what they did is they signed D'Eriq King to the name, image, and likeness deal. The numbers weren't disclosed, but basically D'Eriq King's going to come out to Panthers games, do appearances, engage with the crowd. I would imagine sign some autographs and stuff like this, and I love that college players are able to leverage their quote-unquote celebrity because make no mistake, college sports is a professional business. It is. That's just the way it is. I mean, the coaches make a lot of money. The administrators make a lot of money. The players now are taking their turn. You and I never really broke this down. I mean, when you see stuff like this, and D'Eriq King's getting paid by this is the first professional sports team to use a college player to sign an endorsement deal with a college player. What's your takeaway from all this, Joique? Are you mad you're not coming up in the college game now?
I'm definitely mad. Definitely mad about it. I wish we could have got paid. I mean, honestly, I don't know how they can sit here and say that college players is not. I don't even know what the reasoning was on why we couldn't get paid back then. It was a rule and we couldn't do it. But I don't know why that rule was set in place. I don't know if it was because more schools had more money than other schools, so it wouldn't be fair in the recruiting process. But at the end of the day,
well, it's just people that run a business, because that's what it is, Joique.
It is a business.
It's a billion-dollar business,
yeah,
and look, I work in college sports. But I'm not blind to see, I see those TV contract numbers that get thrown around. That sounds an awful lot like a business to me.
It's a big business that they make off the backs of their student athletes, right? And so I think it's about time they got. I wish I had it in college. I don't know how much money I would have got for playing for Wayne State, but I probably would have got a couple dollars. I probably would have got something, And so for, guys who are going to college who might have children who are, trying to go to school, work a job, and provide for their family, it can be tough. I remember I had, do you remember Terry Crew?
Oh, absolutely.
And so my brother-in-law actually played college ball with him at Western. And he said Terry was a little different. He said that he had his wife with him on campus and it had his family there. And so he'll walk through the weight room. He's in the weight room by himself working out. And so that's the type of guy he was. So you got to think, if a guy like that can support his family while just playing football and going to school, how much pressure can be taken off of that one particular player, because it was hard working 2 jobs, trying to raise my son, going to school, and playing football. That's that's five jobs right there.
5 full-time jobs.
5 full-time jobs. So it's tough. It's a lot. And it's about time they started getting paid, but I definitely wish we could have had this when I played.
Yeah,
definitely wish we could have had it.
I like that comment we have up there on the screen. D'Eriq King has been in college for 10 years, it seems like. And he transferred from Houston. Chad, but not that Chad. Appreciate that comment as well.
Yeah.
He's the Tony Rice of college football, man. Tony Rice was at Notre Dame for 70 years, I think it was. But, he's been around. But, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's electric. He's captivating. I find myself, if Miami's on, and like I said, I'm a fan, it might be a little different with me, but I would imagine if you like college football, if De'Aaron King's on, flip it on, because he's got kind of that Mike Vick kind of quality to him.
I'm gonna say Mike Vick, but he's definitely
that
good.
style of player.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good, Neal. Come on now, it's Mike Vick now.
I said style. I didn't say he is Mike Vick. I said style. Come on, you're one of those dudes, man. You take everything literally all the time.
Mm-hmm. I don't take it literal. I know you didn't mean that. No,
because I'm a big Mike Vick guy, man.
Okay, all right, making sure.
Yeah,
That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
No, he's not on that level. But I like this though, and I like this from the Florida Panthers' perspective because they're going outside the box, and they're doing something that I think not a lot of teams probably considered. But for the Florida Panthers, it works in that space.
I think it'll be good for them because I've never met a Panthers fan, and I'm in Miami quite a bit.
That's my point.
Yeah, that's the point. And so they needed to do some type of publicity or some type of marketing to get more people to the game. But then again, any professional team needs that, though. They need those type of fans come out to the game. They need these type of players to help kind of bring that excitement back to the organization. So good for him. It's great for him. I love it that it wasn't a player from another professional team. I'm happy that they went to they took advantage of the NCAA new rule. I'm excited about it.
And you'll see this too, like with the players, the Instagram following they have, the Twitter following that they have, because it outlined in the contract too. He's going to do creative content and fan engagement and stuff like that. So he's able to leverage that following, and it's about time. Damn it! It is. It's about time. Everybody else can make money, right? But the student athlete can't.
Right. And it's funny how people say, like, student athletes, they have it so easy. No, we don't have it easy.
Yeah.
No, we don't have it easy. Getting up at 5:30 and then you're going until 11:30 at night, and then you wake up again at 5 the next day and do it all over again. It's not easy. It's not. So I commend them. I love what they're doing.
Name, image, and likeness wasn't allowed because of old dudes who don't understand anything about real life. But, we laugh. But why do we laugh? Because why do you laugh at a joke? Because there's always a degree of truth to it.
There's always a degree of truth.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing about it. A lot of folks were making a lot of money. Except the people that were on the field, except the people that were generating all the money. And look, I don't have the answers, but I'm not paid to have the answers. So I can just sit there and pontificate about it and spout off about it.
Yeah, we can. But that's the point of having a show. We can say what we want to say when we want to say it. Like how the NCAA would not go back and review Reggie Bush Heisman Trophy and giving it back to him. I think that's disgraceful. Yeah, and that's something too that you go back to and you look at, and I remember him scoring those touchdowns. I remember him being on that stage getting handed the award. I remember him making you guys a lot of money. Bringing excitement back to the game.
I do remember that.
I remember all of that.
Certainly, there's no question about it. Neal Ruhl here for Coast since 1919. Coast has pursued one mission: to make the working professional's job safer and easier. Today, Coast lights are a favorite among tradesmen and women, outdoor enthusiasts, DIYers, first responders, and more. Visit coastportland.com. Use the code WSN20. You get 20% off your purchase. 20% off your entire purchase. They stand by their products. They back them up with a lifetime warranty. Buying for your whole crew? Sign up with the Coast Crew and take advantage of special discounts, early access to new products, and more. Again, that's 20% off. All you got to do is use the code WSN20. Go to Coast.com.
Do you know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Back at it here, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Joique Bell with you. Final hour of the program. Make sure you stick around here towards the end of the show. We have some midday show news. You're going to want to hear this. It's fun. It's exciting. Joique and I will talk about it. Big announcement for the show, so make sure you stick around for that. But Joique, the NFL season's in full swing as far as training camps go, as far as the preseason goes, all of that stuff. So you got to do the obligatory Aaron Rodgers this segment of the show. The discussions out there, as we've heard it, certainly making some news as well. Aaron Rodgers, some people are saying, former teammates are saying, he could be the next quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. And for those of you who don't know, who have been under a rock, this season most certainly will be Aaron Rodgers' last for the Green Bay Packers. But I don't think he's done playing.
No.
He's at too high a level, really to walk
Still
away.
in his prime.
Yeah, still in his prime. Still that quarterback money is quarterback money, as you know, Joique.
Yeah.
That quarterback money hits different, as the kids say.
Boy, do it hit different. Boy, do it hit different. I played the wrong. You know what? I didn't play the wrong position.
You played at the wrong time.
I played at the wrong time.
Yeah, that is weird. We gotta talk about that one time about the de-evolution of the value of the running back. We'll get into that certainly coming up in the next couple of days. But Joique, what about that, man? Aaron Rodgers to the Saints, is it a fit? I mean, he's got the big time receiver Michael Thomas,
sure.
but he's having his own struggles with the Saints organization right now. But on paper, it's a fit, right?
Yeah, on paper it's a fit. And then also remember that Devontae Adams also he's not sure if he's going to be in Green Bay as well. So that might be something that they can look at. But I don't know if they'll be able to afford both of those guys there. And like you said, they're having their own issues there with their top wide receiver. But if Roger was to go there, you think he'll be in the shadows of Drew Brees? You think he'll be playing in the shadows of Drew Brees?
I don't think the shadows, because the accomplishments are pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
Both dudes won a Super Bowl. I mean, both dudes were perennial MVP candidates, Pro Bowlers, All Pros, I mean, I think Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers are very, very comparable. I'll tell you what, Joique. I mean, for me personally, Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, when they hang it up, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't win another Super Bowl, they'll both be the same to me in that as good as they are, they leave me wanting more, Joique. Believe it or not.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. That if Aaron Rodgers goes to New Orleans, I think he'll have a better shot of winning the Super Bowl than staying in Green Bay. I said it. I truly believe that. I truly believe it. I think the culture down in New Orleans the coaching staff down there, when I played for Sean Payton, it was a competitive atmosphere. It was a healthy environment. They have great weight room trainers to make sure you're ready for the season. They have great nutritionists. They have great talent in the locker room. They have a great coaching staff. Even if I didn't get along with all the coaches. But at the end of the day, it was a good work environment, and so I think if he goes there, I think he'll be more satisfied with the talent that they're going to build around him, and then the talent that's already there.
But it makes sense though on a lot of levels, right? Michael Thomas is 28 years old, one of the best in the game. Michael Thomas is. He's in the middle of a big contract right now. They have him for a couple of more years. He's locked in there. I mean, you're not sending him away and taking a $22 million cap hit or anything like that. He's locked in. He's there. It does make sense on a lot of levels. I'm not saying that. It's just, I do agree with you that because Drew Brees, to me, doesn't it seem like they had every big playoff game at home, and they never won those big playoff games?
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back and reconstruct it, we showed the video earlier, the Rams, when they played in the NFC Championship game down there in New Orleans. They got the win, the controversial call or whatever it was. I seem to remember Drew Brees losing a lot of playoff games at home. And that's something where, if you get Aaron Rodgers in there, maybe that's different, maybe it's not, but they're very, very comparable.
Yeah, the thing is, we have the difference between Drew and I think Aaron, both of their IQ and football IQs are high, really high. The only thing that separates, I believe, Aaron Rodgers from Drew Brees is arm strength. He has unbelievable arm talent, probably one of the best in the league. He's up there with, if not, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford. That type of arm strength, and he can do those long shots. But Drew couldn't do.
And that was pronounced at the end of Drew's career there. I mean, that was a well-timed departure for Drew Brees. He couldn't get the ball 30 yards down the field at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realize that. He was struggling towards the finish line.
It was. But for him to come back off that shoulder injury and then come back where people thought he would never play again and come back and have the career that he has, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
Yeah, so he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But I think it was time for him. He knew it was time. And, I mean, he didn't go out the way that he wanted. But there's nothing to be ashamed of at all.
No question.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can't question that. Got a big Super Bowl win, beat the Colts too in a game. I thought the Colts were going to take it to them, and certainly, they got the win, and Drew Brees did the job, and that's cool and good for him. Again,
big play by Tracy Porter.
Big play. It changed the entire game, man.
Yeah, that put the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and the onside kick, the coaching came into play. The big play by Tracy Porter, no question. But, I mean, with all that being said, it's just, for me, both of those dudes. Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that's just good at everything, right? I mean, like, you saw him playing the golf, doing the golf outing thing, and, he's just one of those guys that's good at everything. But I'm telling you, man, I walk away. If it all ended today, if the Packers go to the playoffs and lose and don't get to the Super Bowl, I'll walk away with Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, both those guys, very comparable to me. I wanted more from them because Aaron Rodgers is going down that track right now too.
Yeah.
Losing the big playoff game at home.
Yeah.
The Lambeau mystique's gone, dude. It is.
It is. So in never in a million years I would have thought that Tom Brady would walk in there with the roster that he had into Lambeau and that time of the year and beat Green Bay. But it's time for him to take his talents down to New Orleans.
So you're calling that then?
I think it'll be a good fit.
How does that work from Aaron? Okay, so say this happens, right? Aaron Rodgers goes down to New Orleans. How does that work from a quarterback perspective? And I guess we can extrapolate this over to Matt Stafford now going to the Rams. Do they run the same concepts? Do they tailor the offense to Aaron Rodgers? Will the Rams tailor the offense to Matt Stafford? Or does he have to come in and learn their system? Is it a mix of both? How does that work?
It's usually a mix of both, but usually a great coach adapts his offense or defense to their talent on the team, to put their players in the best, in the best position to have success. Not more so, you come here, you learn my playbook this way, this is how we do it. We tried that before in Detroit, it didn't work. And it showed. And so you have to know what talent you have in your team, and then also you have to know the best position to put them in for them to have success. And not every coach can do that. Not every coach wants to do that because sometimes it could be more work, or they trust their system more than they trust their player, and that says a lot about a coach.
We got some feedback as well. Canuck Duke is talking about Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers sucks at chugging beer, though. That comes from Joey 2 times. That was a bad moment for Aaron Rodgers.
How do you drink it like this?
Yeah. that was the time elapse was about this. That was a very bad moment for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, can't be good at everything. Can't be great at everything.
This could possibly be the best comment ever from Chad, but not that Chad. He's used to sipping nut juice.
Wow.
Jesus.
I don't know about all that, but I know the beer chugging skills.
Neal with the most politically correct response.
All I know is the beer chugging skills are.
I don't know about that one.
Art, I stick to facts, brother. And the facts hits on. Hey, the eye in the sky doesn't lie.
Eye in the sky
the
don't
tape
lie.
doesn't lie.
Hey, but you know what? We have not witnessed Jared Goff in Detroit and his capabilities. So before we start talking about the NFC North and all that,
and I'm simple like that, man. Where that'll cut ice with me.
Yeah.
That can buy you some favor in my book. If you can go down there and knock one down.
Yeah.
I'm about that.
Yeah.
Can you drink beer?
I used to back. I used to. I'm more like bourbon and whiskey, or bourbon and vodka club sodas. I used to back in my prime though, Joique. Yeah, I could knock them down.
And knock them down.
Yeah, back in my prime.
Like the can or the bottle or the
whatever you had.
Could you like hit it with your tooth and drink it from the bottle like they do?
He's not Darren McCarty.
I cannot confirm nor deny that in the college days.
D-Mac.
The beer hats.
No, D-Mac.
I didn't go that route.
There's a video on our TikTok of D-Mac biting off a cap of a Coke bottle. I don't know if it was off all the way, though. I think it was off a little bit. But
yeah.
I'll give him credit. Yeah, just a little bit. You could tell that it was twisted a little bit before. But doesn't Darren have like fake? I mean, obviously he's got fake teeth, but I would think that the canines,
Canine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, but I think that we need to see that though. At LCA one time, Jared Goff sitting courtside at the Pistons game. We got a Cade Cunningham jersey on or something like that.
We need that though. But you know what though, we did that when I played. We'll go to the Pistons game. We're cool with the team, and then they'll come to our games. So I mean, we had that kind of city camaraderie amongst like the professional players. So it was kind of dope. I actually went to my first hockey game in 2016 during the playoffs, and I'm like, wow. And I want to get this straight. Like playoff hockey versus regular season hockey are totally different, right? And so for me to go to a Red Wings playoff game, and I could be wrong, but I think they might be playing the Lightning that year. And the atmosphere there was crazy. I had a great time. I was like, I want to come all the time. And I went for a regular season game the following year. I said, oh, this is not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It is not the same. No, but it worked out, though, right? Like, you guys would show up at the Pistons game or whatever. They put you on the screen. You guys get a big hand.
Yeah, and not only that, but not only that, when we so we'll have our Lions softball game put on by Stephen Tulloch and I think Nate Burleson at the time, and then we'll have some of the hockey players and some of the other players from other teams come out and play in that softball game with us. And so it was really cool to kind of have that camaraderie here in the city.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly looking forward to those days. When we come back, Joique's known for running the ball and scoring touchdowns, but I want him to address tackling technique. We got a video that you don't want to miss when we come back. Certainly stick around to some midday show news coming up towards the end of the show. All that and more. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, the Woodward Sports Network.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Welcome back. The midday show here on Woodward Sports Network. He is Joique Bell. My name is Neal Ruhl. We got the squad in here as well. Fish is in here. Art's in here. Kennedy's rolling around somewhere as well. Certainly happy to have you with us. If it's Facebook Live, if it's YouTube, the Woodward Sports app. If you haven't got the app yet, it's pretty simple. Just push the download button and get the app. And then life is easy. And I'm about easy because I'm fairly lazy. So, I like to handle all my business and then just kind of coast. So, with all that being said, get the app. You can enjoy the show. You can go back and forth, go back, watch past episodes. If we talked about something earlier on that you missed, you can go back and hit that up as well. But, Joique, I did want to run this one by you because I'm curious. You ever make any tackles in an NFL game?
Yeah, of course, all the time.
Fumbles, interceptions.
Fumble, interceptions, streakers running across the field. Well, I didn't really. I just gave him a push, but yeah.
So you did get involved. Okay, so this hits home with you then because I want to show you guys this video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's my moment. I tackled him twice. I hit him twice.
You went back in?
Yeah. He got back up. And I tried to catch him before he pulled his pants down, but the second one, once he pulled the pants down, I said, yeah.
You were out?
I was out. Yeah,
you made a business decision at that point?
It was a business decision.
Now, in comparison, this is what happened recently in L.A.
At the Dodgers game.
Yeah.
This guy's got a whole team chasing him, and the Dodgers ball girl, you see her square up?
She squared up with him.
Kept the head up. Look at this.
Heads up football.
Bent knees, heads up. That was a form tackle, Joique.
Yeah, I don't know what
you didn't look that good making your tackle.
But I tell you what doesn't look good: the security guards hurtling over that fence. This unathletic. They have some of the most unathletic people as security at these games. Just look at the security. The ball girl is ready. Look, she's squaring them up, boom, hitting, and then look at the first guy. He falls over. The other one falls over. Let's look at this. This is the best one right there. That was the best jump over there.
And look, it was totally useless for him to hop the fence too because he didn't even do it. He just wanted to hop the fence.
He didn't want to hop the fence
because he wanted that. Look, what you got, Fish?
Do we know why all security guards, or 99% of them, are unathletic?
I don't know why.
That's a great question.
Why is that? That was a question.
Okay. Yeah.
I've always thought that way about officials.
Bouncers at bars and nightclubs, they're not security guards. They're like big, like they will beat you up. They're probably pretty fast. They'll track you down if you try to run away.
I know they fast. They might be. I think they're just big, and I think they might be able to grab you. Some of them might have hands. They might not. But those security guards right there were unathletic. Totally unathletic.
Yeah, but I just love the fact that there's 10 or 12 chasing after them, and the ball girl had to square up and do the job. So, perfect form tackle, a lot better form than Joique Bell's tackle.
Yeah,
I think we can all agree on that.
I'll give that to her. I will give that to her. But I do have a couple cool tackles, though. I have a couple cool ones. We'll bring them up on the show later. We'll bring them up later. A couple cool ones.
But tell the story. We're talking about it right now.
So I'm in the huddle. I'm in the huddle, and I kind of hear the crowd start to cheer a little bit. I'm like, why are they cheering? We're in the huddle. Nothing's really going on. I can't remember. I think this might have been preseason.
Where's that at? Cleveland?
It's in Cleveland.
Okay.
We're in the doghouse. We're in the dog pound. And so the person runs out, and I see him, and everything stops for a second. And the whole huddle is kind of just looking at this guy. I said, this is my opportunity. I run over there. I pushed him down, trying to help him out. I'm like, where's security? I still didn't see security. So he tried to get up, push him down one more time. By that time, he was taking off his underwear. So I say, you know what?
Again,
go have fun.
A business decision.
It was a business. It was business, and so I tried my best. And so they came back to me later and said, "Listen, next time that happens, just let the security handle it." I said, "No, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I like. It's not too many times you get to push down the streaker. Like, it's not too many times.
You got to be in the right spot at the right time for that. But Fish brings up a good point, though. Believe it or not, unlike when he's talking about the Lions' season outlook, he brought up a good point this time. Why the security guards? I'll even go so far as to I never understood this about your sport. I never understand it about the NBA. I never understand it about college basketball. Why are the officials? Why are they so old? Why are they so out of shape? Like, I always thought that officials should be recent former players.
I don't think the officials are out of shape. They are old, but a lot of them can still keep up with the game.
See, I don't see that because I see officials, and here's like a typical sideline play, Joique, where the guy looking at the play sees it unfold, somebody steps out of bounds or cross the line or whatever, he looks around, he doesn't know what's going on, he doesn't want to make a call, an official from somewhere else comes over, they talk, they finally make the call. Be alert, man. Be confident in what you do.
You know what? Because sometimes they can have they can be unsure, and so sometimes they can have it in their head. Because sometimes they might look at a guy and say, like, from this end it looks like it, but it's kind of close. So let me check with you. Did you see him go out? If he says no, I'm going to go off my first decision. But I don't know what's going through their heads. But I'm not going to say that old people can't be refs. I would say that sometimes they might not be as alert as a younger person.
And that's my point. We're on the same ground.
Yeah. It might not be, but I'm not saying that all older people can't rap.
Well, of course. Art, what do you got?
Yeah, here's my thing, and I'm not anti-cop at all. I'm not. I support the police officers, support law enforcement, but it's the same thing with police. Like, you see a fat police officer, and it's like, if shit goes down, you have a gun, of course, but, like, if you need to chase someone down, there's certain cops out here that they're not chasing
They're not going to
anything.
get the job
done. No, they're not going to chase you, but what they're going to do is they might
call back up.
Yeah, they might call back up. Sometimes, like when I grew up, like I had my godfather, he was a state trooper, right? And so they ran down on one of these particular kids in the neighborhood. He was in high school with me. And he just burnt the officers, like jumped the gate and cooked them, like just cooked them. And so when he jumped the gate to run, my godfather, he didn't even try to chase after him. He was a guy in the car. He knew the kid. And when the kid got home, he was sitting in his living room. All right, he was sitting in his living room. And so he gave him two options. He said, listen, we either take you into jail or you run for the track team. That guy won the state.
Wow.
In 100 and in the 400.
That's a great story. Yeah.
That is a great story.
We won the state in the 200 and the 400. Now things set like the school record in the 400. And went off to college to play, and then yeah.
Do you think that, like, being a security guard, a police officer, I was taught in school, officer presence is the number one thing. But when I see a security officer or a police officer and their officer presence is, I like to eat barbecue on the weekends and watch Netflix and not do anything, I don't respect that. So then you have incidents where they jump the fence or they jump the gate.
Because they know they're going to get away with it.
Yeah, you got to look the part. Like, I don't look like a badass. I'm not,
Art, pull your mic up to your mouth.
I'm not, what?
Pull your mic up. You sound echoey.
Oh, well, I sound echoey because Chad closed the door, so I'm in a sauna. That's why it's echoey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But thank you, though. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah.
You know, radio 101.
It's okay.
Broadcasting 101.
Broadcasting 101, yeah, exactly.
But for real, though, like, if you're at even a concert venue and you see all the security in front in a row, I want them all to look like savages because then I'm not going to fuck around.
Well, and that was the thing. You talked about the bouncer. I did that during my college days, too, when I was a bigger dude. That's what I did.
How much you get paid a night?
Wait, you were a bouncer?
Yeah.
I almost did it I almost did it. It was like, we'll pay you $50 a night.
Yeah, I got $75 a night.
Yeah.
You know, it was cool.
Yo, I gotta know. Did either of you guys ever crack any heads? I gotta hear stories.
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it?
No, I already had 2 jobs. I'm trying to have a third.
I did it for a couple of years, and we only had one thing pop off one time. I mean, we had a guy that clearly had too much to drink. We'll say it like that, to the point where it was a disruption out on the dance floor and stuff like that. So I just kind of relocated him to the lobby. Okay, so I relocated him to the lobby, and he was having trouble like standing. You know. So I kind of I had him up against the wall, not like I wasn't like UFCing him up against a wall or anything. I had him up there, and I was holding him up because literally he was going down. And so the other guys were going to get his buddies and stuff like that to try to get him and take him out wherever he's got to go. And his other buddy walked around the corner and just saw me with my arm on him like that, and just came over my shoulder and clipped me right in the jaw. Damn. I mean, that kind. You ever been hit before?
Yeah, it sucks.
And that click.
Yeah.
When you get hit flush, that click
rocks your bells a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now here, there's people in the chat that are saying too that security nowadays are told not to chase people because of lawsuits.
Right.
Back in the day, you know what I want my security to be like? Roadhouse. That's what I want.
You want Dalton out there.
I want Dalton out there whooping ass
Yeah.
because then it creates a respect level. There's a venue that I go to all the time in Flint, and people know if you are in there causing problems are going to come to you.
You will be dealt with accordingly.
Yeah.
That was our phrase we always use. Like, if this becomes more of a problem, we will deal with it accordingly.
Yeah.
And we left it at that. So, I mean, but back then, so I'm about 6'2". I was about 290 to 300 back then. Now I'm about 220. So, I had a little bit bigger presence then, but my squad, I was the small guy. Like we had some dudes out there, some bodybuilders and stuff like that. Like there were 6 of us, man. I was the small guy, and so when that dude clipped me, my initial reaction was, because I got this guy here,
right?
So I just did like the 2-hand shove, and he hit the wall and kind of went down, and then the rest of my coworkers came over and grabbed that dude, and then we, but I will say this. Up until that point, secretly, I'd always wanted that moment to, because you have a license. Now it's on. Now we're not dealing in niceties anymore. Now it's on. Right. And so we got the guy that hit me from behind in the jaw. We escorted him out of the building, not on his feet.
Not on his feet.
I will leave it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so you had them hands back then.
Man, there's no statute of limitations. Tell the story. It's been way past 7 years.
Yeah, we just we had him. There were 3 of us that had him picked up, and we just kind of forced our way through the door, but we didn't open the door.
Use them as a door ram.
And because I.
But you know what's crazy is
stunned,
I've seen that happen at a venue that I frequent a lot, and seeing someone's head used as a door ram, it's crazy because you've got 3 or 4 people using this person as a log.
I was pissed, man. Obviously, I was pissed.
And anger changes a lot of things because I've seen certain people get pushed through the door, and then I've seen people to where it's like, I don't know how the glass is still there on the door. It's
because there was only like a couple other times I had anything like that, and I was like, bro, look, you get it. Because I'm a talker, right? I'm a negotiator. I'm like, bro, make it easy for all of us, man. Just go on your way. And he's like, all right, cool, I will. So when we come back, I need Joique to explain something to me. I need you guys to explain something to me because it's a phenomenon that I know nothing about. I've never watched it. I need you guys to explain.
We got to bring Kennedy in here for this.
Yeah.
I don't watch.
She's getting like one of her teeth fixed or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, Joique knows people that were on the show. Explain this phenomenon to me when we come back.
When I come back, we'll talk about it.
This is a midday show. Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, and Joique Bell. We'll be right back.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Midday Show here, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell with you. We got the squad in here as well. Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app if you have not as of yet. Appreciate you all. Facebook Live, YouTube, however you're consuming it. We're certainly glad that you are. We got a big announcement coming up just about 20 minutes from now. So make sure
stay tapped in.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you stay here. This is a phenomenon, and this isn't quote unquote sports related, but I need somebody to explain this to me, because I this is what I do, man. I do sports. I work in sports. I do play-by-play. I do play-by-play for about 130 games a year. Like, this is what I do. This is the world I live in.
Right.
I don't watch shows. I watch The Simpsons with my son, who recently got into The Simpsons, which I support.
He got to The Simpsons?
Yeah. The Disney Plus.
Okay.
You know, he got in it. He's about it. He's banging
Disney bought The Simpsons, didn't
Yeah. They dropped that coin and scooped up those rights.
Oh, yeah.
So your Disney bundle is fitting to go up a couple bucks.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, I don't do TV shows. Explain, I guess the Bachelorette finale was last night. And I don't know, Art, Joique, somebody, explain to me what's going on the screen right now. Anybody.
Juicy Jeff, give us a rundown on what the Bachelorette or Bachelor is. Give us a rundown on that.
Come on, Juicy Jeff.
The Bachelorette. Give us a rundown on the Bachelorette. Like, what is it?
Help me.
I'm the last person to ask, man. I watch sports. I don't watch The Bachelorette.
Right, so I'm gonna give you
nobody
this.
watches
We got to call Kennedy in here.
I don't know why she would even put this on the script.
Do you know what it is, Joique?
Yeah, I know what it is. So let me explain it real quick. So basically, you have this Bachelorette who's single, and you have a group. So say all of us went on this show.
No.
We're all fighting for her affection. We're all fighting for her affection. So we're all going to go on dates. She's going to go on dates with each one of us. She's going to have some type of emotional tie to each one of us. And then the viewers, and then on a few dates.
Okay.
And so we're all sitting in the same house, right? And then she, I don't know.
So it's like Real World, but with dating.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, but I don't think that. Does the girl stay in the same house? Does she stay somewhere else?
No, they stay somewhere else, but they have like different tasks, I think, that they do.
Yeah, so they go on different dates. They do different things throughout the thing. And so when you're watching the show, like the viewers who watch this show, I don't know, who watch the show, they get really into it.
Oh, yeah.
I
they're like hardcore fans.
I like fish. Team Fish. Yep. Team Joy. Team J35. Team Art. Team Art.
What the hell's going on?
Art's a great guy.
I can't believe it. Boycott the show. Cancel.
And you have all these different fans, right? And as they keep narrowing down, whoever she gives a rose to, I think that's the people that stay. If you don't get a rose,
it's like bringing your playbook.
Yeah, like bring your I'm about to give you a playbook. So it's like so basically what it is like
that's the hotel knock at the door.
Yeah, and so basically the hotel knock on the door when you don't get your rose, and so you're out of there. And so as the show goes on and the numbers get smaller, the crazier the fans get. And so they start coming up with Twitter pages for Team Art, Twitter pages for Team Bell, Instagram pages. Groups, like fan groups of the guys they want to win, and the show gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just off her picking which guy she's gonna want to be with, and this is giving this fantasy of people seeing true love, and these relationships rarely ever last. They never last.
I'm stunned by that stat.
It's these relationships never last. So it's they've done this so many times. How many of these bachelorettes or bachelors are still with the person they chose?
Listen, what I'll tell you is this: the only way that I'm watching that bullshit is if they're actually fighting for each other.
They are not fighting.
They should put them in an octagon.
Like Hunger Games.
Well, they fight in the house.
Yeah, they have arguments.
I want here's a ring. You got 3 5-minute rounds.
But what I'm saying is, what they do is they put them all in the house. It's no cell phones or nothing, and so it forces you to kind of interact with the people. And sometimes that's going to clash because you guys are all going for the same girl, and so it's drama. And so people love drama.
Oh yeah,
people love the idea.
Let me ask you,
people
as a
love
man,
the idea of love, and so it's a good concept. And people go for it every single time. I had a teammate who was on The Bachelorette.
Hey, guy, as a man, have you watched that show?
No, I never watched the show.
Okay.
I did watch the clip of the show when my teammate was on there.
Okay.
Because someone told me, hey, did you play with him? And I watched. I said, I did play with him. And funny thing is, I haven't seen him since I played with him. And then I just ran into him last month in L.A. Just ran into him. And it was weird. It was just like, dang, I haven't seen you since you played. Now I just run into you. So it was funny.
Would you ever
No,
go
I
on
would
that
never
show?
do it. I don't want you to ask me that.
No. I mean, I
think you have like
well, obviously, like, I'm married and stuff like that. But all right, so if I were single, I might do it as a business decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
for
get that
free
angle
promotion.
of it. If I were single,
Yeah.
I think I would do it as a business decision because
if you want to become like an act, like a lot of people want to become like actors or actresses and want to get their name out there.
They do it
that.
all for clout.
Endorsement, stuff. But I kind of
I would go on there though, and I would be an absolute asshole because you know what that gets you? Free publicity. Like that Johnny Rotten guy, he was on Survivor, I think, and like he was. That's
his life now.
Yeah, just to be an asshole. And I've heard in real life he's nice.
Yeah.
Danny Bonaducci, that's another guy who's a prick. But in the reality TV world, that's the role that you got to play. I feel like Joique would be the bully. You would. You would be the bully.
I would.
Yes, you would. You wouldn't tell Grammy Whammy that, but you would be the bully.
No, it wouldn't be. No, I wouldn't be that because I would never do it. But to each their own. Like it's just me. I would never do it.
No, I would never do it from the standpoint of I want to go meet someone and I want to fall in love. And again, talking if I were single, I wouldn't do it from that. But I would say, there's some dollars to be made off of this. I definitely got to give that a look. Adam Morency on Facebook Live says, I don't watch The Bachelorette or The Bachelor. I've never watched 1 second of it. I've never watched one. But I've never understood the phenomenon because it's drama and it's TV bullshit and stuff like that.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
I get that, but that does hook people. I don't hate it, Joique. I'm not a hater, bro.
I'm a hater.
Get your bag. I want everyone to get their bags. I want everybody to get whatever you can get. Good for you. But it's not my thing. What you got, Fish?
So they have The Bachelorette, they have The Bachelorette in Paradise, then they have The Bachelor, which is one man and 20 women.
Right, 20 women.
Then they have The Bachelor in Paradise.
Joique's over here. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, I might do Bachelor. I might do The Bachelor. Actually, I wouldn't do that either, but like...
Let me ask
I can see you doing the Bachelor in Paradise, where you're on an island.
Well, yeah, but Joique's always on an island in his own head.
That's true.
He's always,
good point.
he's always... Here's
in my
head,
question. Because I'm always working here with imbeciles.
No, because he's got his own vibrators in his own head that just keep him from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Exhibit A.
Yeah. Here's my question. If you could be on any reality TV show, what would you guys pick?
You know what? That I don't know if it's a reality TV show, but the American Warrior.
Oh, American Ninja Warrior?
Ninja Warrior.
Joique would kill that.
I would do
I
that.
think you do pretty well.
I don't know about your cardio though, man. Like you're doing the bars, you're jumping. I don't know about your cardio, man.
I know.
I think I would like. I think I would like doing Survivor just for the locking mental, getting people to do what you want and getting people to think the way you want them to think. I think I would do all right at that show.
PETA's going to attack me for this, but Ted Nugent had a reality show where you shot pigs from a helicopter. That would be my gig.
Of course.
Yeah, that would be my gig.
I would do, what was that, Bears with Grill?
Oh, Bear Grylls.
Wild.
But then you got to drink your own urine. You're drinking your own urine on the show?
You can drink your urine up to 3 times before it becomes poisonous.
No, it's
before
once.
It becomes toxic. No, it's 3 times.
3 times?
It's 3 times.
I thought it was healthy.
How much money, Joique? How much money to drink your own urine?
If I'm a survivor and I got to live, I'll do it for free if I got to survive.
If someone was to tell you, I'll give you $30,000 to drink your own urine right now, would you do it? No? I'd do it for 5.
Yeah.
Chad, where you at? I'll drink my own piss for $5,000 right now.
You'll do a lot of things for $5,000.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
$30,000? It's mine. Now, it's mine. I keep going back to the Adam Sandler thing. If it's yours, it's okay. But if it's somebody else's, then that's gross. 30 grand.
Survivor mode.
Die or drink your urine. You're gonna drink the urine.
Do you remember that Bear Grylls that he did with Marshawn Lynch?
Oh, it was the best TV ever.
That was the most hilarious show. Like Marshawn Lynch needs his own show. Like he needs his own show.
He needed his own show. They've been 5 years ago. He needed his own show. The man
when they did the Bears and Grill, and they were in the mountains and they were looking down at this hog, and they had And then I think, what's his name? Bear Grylls, the guy from the
Bear
show,
Grylls.
he created like this spear that he said, we got to go down there and we got to kill that hog. He said, and Marshawn looked down, he said, that hog? He said, yeah. He said, I mean, just give me the blinky. I can blink it from right here. I can pop it from right here. He said, yeah, but that doesn't, that's no courage. He said, I got courage. I just don't got skills.
There are very few people in life more self-aware than Marshawn Lynch. As crazy as that sounds
You know what? Someone brought up a great point. Joey says that he would want to be on live PD, which that's not a good idea. I would love to be a cameraman for like Cops or live PD, which they've been canceled now. Yep. It's not a thing.
Right.
But man, I would love to be. I've always wanted, if there's any cops watching, I'm sorry for calling you fat earlier, and I'd love like a ride along. I did a jail tour once at Oakland County because I was going to go be a corrections officer. That was wild. Like, that is I love that shit.
What, Maybe you should go to Beyond Scared Straight. You want to be a cameraman for Beyond Scared Straight? Have you seen that?
I'd go do that. Yeah.
Go do that?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that show? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I've seen it. There's been times I wanted to send my son to that.
But I feel like every person in America should go take a tour of a county jail or a prison to see what it's really like.
I would say county jail. I would say a prison.
Oakland County jail is rough. I'm telling you. Yeah. Oakland County.
The couple of cops I know, man, like they've seen some stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. It's a rough go. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, a gold medal boxer is retiring at the top of her craft.
At the top of her craft, and decides out the blue to retire. But find out why she wants to retire when we come back. Over Sports.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Welcome back. Coming down the stretch here on the Midday Show, Woodward Sports Network. Just a couple minutes away from the big show announcement, but I did want to touch on this. He is Joique Bell. My name is Neal Ruhl. Happy you are with us. We got Jeff in the house, Fish, Art as well. You know the squad that's deep in here. And this was something that really kind of jumped out to me. And we've seen this before, right? We've seen high-level at the highest level, certainly in this city. Barry Sanders walked away from the game when he was, quote unquote, at the top of his game. Calvin Johnson retired when he probably had some gas left in the tank. But the Olympics have just wrapped up, and some news popped off out of there. And forgive me if I'm saying this name wrong, but Olympic boxer Irie Sena, and there you see a picture of her, gold medal Olympic boxer. She can throw those hands. One of the best in the world at it. Is retiring, just walking away because she wants to spend more time with frogs. And it's like that, but for real.
Yeah, here's a picture of her Instagram. So this is her Instagram. It's like, hey, I want a gold medal. Okay, here's some frogs.
Yeah, like that's a timeline on the Instagram right there.
I think she licked a frog because I don't know if you guys know this, but if you lick a frog, you could get really high. There's only certain types of frogs. I think she licked a frog and she changed her whole perspective on reality.
On everything?
Yeah.
No, but it begs a question. And look, Joique, you're in a unique spot. Being a professional athlete, where you experience retirement at not an age where the normal workforce is used to experiencing their retirement. You're still a young dude. You got still in good shape, still do the workout, everything like that. But with all that being said, is there something weird, like when you retired, was there something weird that you started doing, or something weird that you look forward to doing that you couldn't do as a player?
Yeah, put more time into my charity. Put more time into my nonprofit. So that was a big part.
Man, that's the politically correct answer.
Is that Neal Ruhl or Joique Bell?
Right.
No, I did.
No, but and that's cool. Certainly
for me, it was nothing like I wanted to go
raise snakes or
nah. I mean, it's never been my thing. But I've had teammates who would have like pet reptiles, like snakes, like crawling around at home, or things like that. Who had like exotic animals, If you look in, I don't know if you saw this, but in Detroit, the guy was I believe it was a guy on the corner giving out free puppies. He gave out 6 free puppies. And so these people took these puppies home, right? And this is like last month, like or this month. And they took the puppies home, and the sister was saying, hold on, that doesn't sound like a puppy. That sounds like something else. What sound is that making?
What the?
And so they took the puppy that they got to the vet. The guy, this was in Detroit. It was he gave out 6 hyenas.
Which opens up a lot of questions.
All right. You want one? Would you take a hyena home?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
For $5,000, would you take a hyena?
I thought you were gonna say like maybe a raccoon or a bear. No, it was a hyena.
No, he was in Detroit passing out hyenas. I didn't even know we can get them over here. And so they took the hyenas home.
What are we doing?
And no, I'm real. She took the hyena home, and when they found out that the vet told them like it was a hyena, like she didn't want to give it back. She said this and she fled with her hyena.
You grow attached to a pet, even if it is a wild hyena. That's crazy.
Which is weird because people don't even understand this. Like hyenas, they have stronger bites than lions.
Oh yeah, and they don't let go.
Yeah, they have stronger bites, and so right now as a puppy, yeah. I mean, as a cub, or I don't know what you call it,
whatever a little hyena is.
A baby hyena, whatever it is. But in a few months, can you imagine walking down the street with that? I mean, you can't. I don't know, man. It's gonna eat somebody's dog. I don't know. Eat somebody.
They're called cubs, by the way.
Cubs.
Is that what they are?
I said cubs.
6 hyenas, huh?
He had 6 hyenas. He was passing them out, telling them to come get these free pups. And my thing is, how did he even get those? Like, did he have the mother?
The world's a beautiful place.
How many hyenas did he have? Yeah,
how many?
6 hyenas?
To be like, here you go. I got, I'm about to go make some more.
And here I think like I like fishing. I do. Like I play a lot of golf, but
What's the handicap?
About an 8.5.
We gotta go golfing.
Yeah, I'm not on McCarty's level, but
Darren?
What's that?
Who talking about Darren McCarty?
Yeah.
Is he a golfer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He golfs like every day of the week.
Yeah.
What's his handicap? Is he a scratch?
He's got to be in the low single digits. He can play. Yeah.
Real quick though, this is what a baby hyena looks like, and I can kind of see how it would be interpreted as a weird looking dog.
I think it was smaller than that. They were smaller. They were like.
Well, yeah, those are the ones in the wild, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they were smaller than that. They were.
I could see how maybe from an angle, but if I was holding it up close, I'd be like, "This isn't a fucking dog, bro."
Yeah. Like I feel like if one of those bit you, like they can probably take some skin.
Oh, even now, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Did you see those eyes on that thing? I don't want.
Yeah.
If one of those bites you, man, look at that look in the eye.
Yeah.
They're the devil's pet.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
1,000,000%.
Them and possums. People got up north. They've got possums as pets, and like we've caught a possum before. Me and my family. They're mean. Their teeth are razors.
Yeah.
See, like I feel lame now because I would really like to get more into fishing. I go with my kids we probably go 6 times a summer. We live over by Stony Creek, so we go over there and go fishing. Joy, like, so I told you I'm around an 8 handicap in golf. When I'm not playing well, I don't enjoy it. Like I hate it. I hate being out there, but when I'm playing well, I like it. But fishing, man, even the worst day of fishing, I never got upset because the worst thing that happens when you go fishing,
there'd be a piece.
You don't catch a fish.
That's what
Hold on. All right, raise your hand. So.
I need to go on vacation. There, I raised my hand.
So my son loves to go fishing. He loves to go fishing. What he doesn't like, which I kind of picked up over him just not doing it, is first he doesn't like putting bait on the hook.
The hook, yeah.
He doesn't like putting live bait on the hook.
Yeah.
And then 2, when he catches a fish, he doesn't like to take the fish off of the hook.
I'm not the biggest fan of that either. I have a buddy that's really fishing elite, like he owns a fly tying company and all that stuff, and he always makes fun of me. When I catch a pike, I put a glove on because pike have the teeth and they're angry, really unhappy animals. And I put the glove on all the time because I just don't like the feel. I don't like the feel of fish. It's weird. It's almost like people can't stand nails on a chalkboard. That's how I feel when I hold a fish, like with my bare hands.
That's like catfish, though. Like touching catfish, you could get poked by them, and it doesn't feel good.
I'm not about that.
No. Growing up, I have a picture. I think I might have posted it. I had I was holding up a catfish that was about the size of me. And it felt like it was about to break I was a little kid. I had to be about 8 or 9. I remember I just came back from a baseball game, minor league, and I was holding a fish like this in the picture because my grandfather got me into fishing at a young age, and he will go out catch fish, and we'll have like these big family fish fries, right? These big family fish fries, and
then it's good as hell. Like off the grill, it's good as hell.
And so he taught me how to fillet them. Like he had the electric knife where you kind of just go straight down, flip it over, and skin it, fillet it. So all that good stuff from the country boy.
Yeah, I don't know how we got into that though. The hyena thing certainly was a change up.
Do you hunt too then?
No, because hunting's always in the winter. I'm not a cold weather.
Get some Carhartt, man.
No.
Throw some Carhartt on.
No, I just don't.
What is hunting? It started in October though.
Yeah, I'm not about.
You're not about that.
No, I never got. I don't like. If you want to do it, cool.
Yeah.
Go do it.
You ever shot crossbow? Do you like shooting bow and arrows or anything like that?
Yeah, I've done it before. It's fun. I mean, I'm not gonna put paint on my face and go over to the range and like take it serious and all that. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. But if somebody gets a deer, they got some jerky or deer burgers. I'm about it, man. I'll eat it.
You like venison? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I'll eat
Next
it.
time we go, I'll get you some venison. I'll bring you some back.
Yeah. I'll do it. Like I said, man, if that's your thing, do you, man?
The deer heads in the house. Put up. So I grew up around. So my grandfather would go out. He would get these big bucks. Yeah. These 12 pointers, 16 pointers, these big pointers, and he'll have them mounted on this like on this plaque, and then he'll hang them up on the wall. And so around the house we had 4 deers, like in his man cave at the time. He had 2 deers on this wall, one right here, one right here. He had one right there. You had Ricky, you had William, you had Dick, and then you had Bill. You had Bill. And so I named them all when I was a kid. Yeah. So I would sleep with them I slept in that room, so I'll see them every day.
I would just rather have bottles of bourbon up on the wall. When we come back, big show announcement here. Making some changes to the midday show. Make sure you stick around for that. Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell.
Big changes, and you'll see when we come back.
Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Back at it here, Woodward Sports Network, final segment of the show. Happy to have you with us wherever you're watching on the Woodward Sports app, YouTube, Facebook Live, however you're doing it. We're glad that you are. But as we talked about, my name is Neal Ruhl. He is Joique Bell. Big show announcement here about the midday show, and appreciate you kind of sticking with us over the last couple of weeks as we've kind of put it together, worked around some vacations and things like that. But Joique, we got some big news.
We got some big news.
Yep.
We're adding another person to this show, this particular show. I don't know if you have this. Art, do you have the logo?
No.
We don't have the logo yet?
No, and to be honest, I don't even know if I'm part of this show. So no, I don't have anything.
You don't have the logo.
What are we're adding a new show?
Yeah.
Well, this as you know it right now.
Okay.
As Neal Ruhl, Joique Bell, we're bringing Darren McCarty into the fold as well. From 11 to 1, this is going to be it.
It's going to be it. And the name of the show is going to be something pretty freaking great.
Oh, God.
And so what I want to do is I want to take what we have as a logo that we came up with, that what we're thinking about. I'm about to send it over to you right now, Art.
Well, hang on. Let me just say, so I'm helping direct a show. Neal, you're great. No, you have not upset me at all. We're on a great. You and I are 10 out of 10 so far. You're telling me that I have to be on a show with Darren McCarty and Joique?
Yes.
Oh my God.
But you know what's crazy though? because me and Darren have spoke about the relationship we're about to have with you, Art. I told him, I said, listen, we both can't go after Art because that's like me and Art thing. So we have to figure out a new role.
Listen, I'm drawing a line in the sand right now. I'm Team D-Mac because he hasn't pissed me off as much as you have. So there you go.
Hey.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to start smoking weed at work during the show, and it will be D-Mac's brand. Can I do that? Can I roll up a blunt while you guys are doing your thing?
You got to make sure you can still perform at your job. But if you can do that,
God.
I'm not the boss, so I can't stop you.
So starting on Thursday, 11 to 1, Neal Ruhl,
August
Joique
12th this Thursday.
Darren McCarty, kicking it off this Thursday.
They're kicking off this Thursday. And the name of the show, do you have it?
Yeah, but I listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Joique, I know nothing about this show, and I'm not going to be the one to put the logo up and get it. Leave it a secret until Thursday.
No.
Yes, I'm not putting it up. I'm not doing it.
Hey.
I don't know if it's a final logo. You gave me like a business card. We got business cards now? I don't even have a business card. I don't even know what I'm doing later today. I'm not putting it up. I'm not putting it up.
You're not going to put it up?
No.
Whose show is this again?
Well, it's gonna be D-Mac, Joique's.
No. Right now, Neal. Do you want to put the logo up?
You know what? There's a part of me that does want to debut it on Thursday at 11. So you guys have the appointment.
I'll show it from this far away because you sent me a picture in 480p.
All right. Well, we'll send.
That's what
come
you
a little
get.
closer. Bring it close. So are we not going to say the name of it right now either? Because we need to promote it. We need to market it some way so we don't put the logo up.
You know what it's going to be called? Art Quits Thursday.
Well, that'll be a
quit.
one-day name. And then we'll have to go on to Friday, get somebody else to quit. No, but I'm excited to be working with you, Joique. I know we've done a couple of shows, man. I like what you're about. I like what you bring to the table.
Thank you.
D-Mac's a guy I worked with at ESPN Radio here in town back when there was that station. Him and I have a long history together. That's my guy, too. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready to do this. I'm excited to be here with Woodward Sports. Fired up, man, because as I was talking to Fish about this. Well, I mean, Joique, I was telling Fish this. Like, for me, this is not a hobby, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, we're all in here. Mm-hmm. We're all in, and this isn't. I'm not for no games, bro. Like, we're in here and we're doing this, and we're talking sports, and we'll talk all the other stuff too, man. Sports talk. No, but we're talking sports. We're talking Detroit sports. The 10-7 limo, all of it. No, but we're doing it, man. And you know, I like your skill set. I like what you provide. You see stuff differently than I see it. Yeah. It's different than D-Mac sees it, who sees it differently than you see it. Like, I think this is something that's going to have some staying power, and I'm honored to be with you. I know your resume. I've said that before. I'm a big resume guy.
I appreciate it.
I'm excited to be with you.
Joey, can you confirm or deny this? 9 Drinks wants to know, now Art's getting fired too. So can you confirm that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. My last day's
I don't know.
Thursday.
I haven't talked to Chad, but if it was up to me, I would have fired Art 7 months ago.
Hey, I'd get a vacation then at least.
Unpaid vacation.
No, but that's what it's going to be. And most of all, the biggest thing for me in all this is you guys too. I mean, the interaction on this show digitally, what you guys do, the Facebook Live, the YouTube, the message boards, the social media response has been really overwhelming to me. Yeah. But this is what I've been looking to do for a very, very long time. And these are the cats that I've been looking forward to doing it with.
You know what's funny? So since we don't want to put out what the name of the show is going to be, we don't want to show the logo right here, right now, because Art is being a jerk.
Here, I'll show it. Here, I'll show it how the way that you sent it to me, which this will show you what the future of this show is going to be. Look at it. There we go.
All right, now take it down. All right. So if you guys saw that really quickly, what would you guys want that show to be called? What would you call that show? Neal Ruhl, Joique Bill,
Jeff's
Dan
already
McCarty.
ruined it in the chat.
Who?
Jeff. Yes, you did.
Am I on?
No.
Okay.
No. So.
They already told the name. It's already.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I was getting to. Yeah.
We said the name already?
Yeah.
Said it.
In the morning show.
I don't know about
Yeah.
logo.
Who said the name?
Use your microphone, Jeff.
Get on mic, Jeff.
But the thing is, that's why I wanted to show the logo, because the logo actually shows why we're actually why we're calling ourselves.
No,
that.
and it is, and it is. It's a cool name.
It's a cool name, and we just for people who might not know, who aren't from here, that we're the real D. All right? And no other city in the country is called the D. We're the D. All right. So when you go down south and you're in Phoenix or you're somewhere in Louisiana or
Houston,
Oklahoma, Texas,
those are all great cities.
When you hear the D, don't ever say, "Oh, you're from Dallas." Like, no, I've never even heard that term and somebody to reference Dallas. No, we're the D.
Hey, before we get out of here, and I know that it's a major announcement, but breaking news, Governor Andrew Cuomo has resigned.
Wow, that's shocker.
So
it's not a shock. It's not a shock.
It was trending that way, my friend.
It was trending that way. It wasn't, and it was when you have the president come out and say you need to resign.
Yeah,
that's a wrap.
So the official statement is New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced his resignation, saying that it's the best way I can help now. His announcement comes after the New York Attorney General revealed an investigation found Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women.
Which, that's the way that was going to go down. And, again, I always go back to it. That number of people don't all come out and say something about you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But again, though, really fired up. This will kick off on Thursday, as we said. Big D Energy.
Big D Energy.
Way.
Big D Energy. Sports Talk. Big D Energy. Thanks for tapping in.
Way.
Thanks for tapping in.
No, but again, as you talked about, like Detroit roots, obviously you, D-Mac, his time with the Red Wings. I've lived here my whole life. My parents worked in the car factories. It's as Detroit as it gets, man.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do it. And we'll talk about everybody, all the good, all the bad, everything like that.
Yeah.
But again, I'm looking forward to interacting with all of you guys because you guys are what make this all go.
For sure. So, with that being said.
No, we still got 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking.
Okay. I was just making sure you weren't.
So with that being said, right, I want you guys to sit back and enjoy this long haul and take the camera to fish real quick.
Why?
Take it to fish?
Take it to fish.
Okay.
Fish, put your hands up in the air. I want you guys to enjoy the ride. Look at the show. I want you guys to enjoy the ride.
Which, by the way, it's funny because I'm not a big rides fan. So I really don't know why I have the shirt. But
honestly, enjoy the ride. It looks like a bike. That's a bike. That's not a Ferris wheel.
Bike Ferris wheel. I haven't rode a bike in years.
God. That's Exhibit B.
And I didn't wear the shirt on purpose.
B.
I just picked out a clothes. I just pick whatever I feel like. I'm like, all right, what shirt? Pick a shirt.
Yeah, that's a bike.
And then my parents get angry at me. No, I like riding bikes. They just haven't done it in a long time. Like, you need to match. I'm like, I don't care about matching. I wear pink with blue and black with white.
Well, pink and blue match,
and yellow and red. And, well, you get the point. I don't match.
They match. It's color clashing.
Fashion's not.
You're a fashion guy. You don't even know it. All the colors, yellow and red. All the.
Yeah,
Fish is a grinder, man. Like, Fish comes in, does the job.
Today I've got purple and black.
Yeah. He comes in and does the job, dude. He's not worried about that
color
stuff.
clash. You're doing it right.
I'll ride with Fish, man.
I just wear whatever happens.
Fish is a great guy.
Yeah, I ride with Fish.
Very nice. Then he tries to be mean, but it's not any. He tries to be mean. Look at that face. Look at that face right there. A face. Everybody loves Fish, and then you go to this booth and that's the face only a mother could love.
No, but all these guys are scheduled
Which,
to be
by the way,
a part
he does
of
a great job.
He does what?
He does a great job.
Say what's that?
Sir Arthur the Great. He does a great job.
Say who?
Sir Arthur the Great.
What?
The guy from England. He used to own England back in the early 1500s.
Okay.
God save the gracious queen.
All right, Fish, that's enough. You're my guy and everything, but that's enough. Thank you. No, but again, just going back to it, man, we're going to put on a good show for you guys. Certainly, no doubt in my mind about that, and just looking forward to you guys ride with us.
I'm not going to lie. Kennedy is going to have to be on her stuff. She got to come with some fire for this. Kennedy, I need it out of you. We got to have some fire. And I might chime in. I might throw you a couple of topics here and there. But we need some fire. We need some good stuff.
That'll be a first.
Oh, we will. Because
I see you guys up all the time.
Hey.
And you guys all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, and Darren brings the heat, and you know that. You've watched him on the hook and everything that he's done. I've had many discussions with him, done many shows with him. Yeah. So, you guys can bring certainly a level of expertise to some stuff that not a lot of people know. I'm looking forward to getting to know you more and everything like that. But so far, so good, Joique. Let's ride, man.
So far, man. Thanks for tuning into the Woodward Sports, man. Gang.